Hey everyone, my name is Al-Heeti and welcome to Al-Heeti. I am a huge fan of Royal Albert tea sets and I figured I might as well show you what some of my personal favorites are. So for this first video, I'm going to show you my Royal Albert 100 Years collection. I have a good number of pieces from this collection, so if you're wondering if you should buy it for yourself, maybe this will kind of help you decide as I show you some of my own pieces. All right, so let's pop off the lid here. And even though I've owned this for over a year, I still put everything back in the box because I am very particular and I just think the box is so beautiful. So the really cool thing about the 100 Years collection is that each set, so each teacup and matching plate, is from a different decade. So let's start out here. So this first teacup is from 1900 and it's called Regency Blue. And I know this because it says it on the bottom of each cup. So it'll tell you what decade it's from and the name of that pattern. And this is just so stunning. It just looks so regal. It has that signature gold rim and the most beautiful floral print. And let me get out the matching saucer. Here's the cup with the matching saucer. It just comes together so beautifully. So here's how that looks on its own. And here is the back of it. So it'll also have that same, the decade and then the name of that pattern. Next up we have Duchess, which is from 1910. You'll see that on the bottom here. This one, it kind of feels like a sister cup to the first one that I showed you, just because it has those same beautiful, the blacks and the blues kind of all coming together, and then that signature gold rim. It's super classy, super timeless, and let me show you what it looks like with the saucer as well. So here's the saucer by itself, and then that same description on the back as well. Next up, we have a cup that just reminds me of spring, and it is appropriately named Spring Meadow. So this is from the 1920s. It's just a very cheerful cream colored with beautiful flowers on it. Very simple and yet just catches your eye. I love this one so much. Let me show you the saucer. Here's how it looks all together. And then here is a close-up of the saucer by itself. This one is Mint Deco, and it is just one of the most quintessentially 1930s designs you'll find. Very fun, like a very nice balance of just kind of like, I love how they have the solid blues and then little sprinkles of floral on it. So it's a bit more subtle, a bit more reserved than the first two that we saw, but still just incredibly timeless and elegant as well. And here it is with the saucer. I love the way that these lines lead right into the cup. It just kind of draws your eye right into it. It's just so pretty. And then some little sprinkling of flowers down here in the bottom of the center. And here's the back. Just a very fun pattern. And last but certainly not least, we have the beautiful English chintz. I adore this pattern. When I was choosing which teapot to get for this collection, because I have 5 different patterns to choose from, this is the one that I went with just because it's so timeless. And I mean, I'm obsessed with floral, and there's floral on all of these, but this is the most obvious floral pattern. It's just so beautiful, and it still pops, and I love this one so much. And the full look with the saucer. It just copies it exactly. After getting the teacups, I also wanted to get some plates to go with it. So I went with these 8-inch plates. I think they're the perfect size for if you're hosting a tea party and you kind of just want people to continually nibble on things. So it just kind of fits everything that you need, and it has a matching plate for each of the teacups. So let's open this box up. So they're out of order here, but this is the 1930s deco pattern that I had showed you. The Mint Deco. And then we have once again, I put everything right back in the box and in the bags each time I use it. Tell me if you're the same way so I feel a little less alone. This one is the Spring Meadow. This is like a test of my memory if I can remember the names of each pattern, but this is the 1920s pattern. Then we have this one. This is the 1900s. I believe this was the Regency Blue. Yes, this is Regency Blue. It's a great size. It really does just kind of perfectly work for tea parties. And then we have My Love, the English Chintz, which is just so stunning. Love this one so much. And then we have, last but not least, Duchess, and this is the one from 1910. Beautiful. So I also use these to serve as well. Like if I'm having people over and I need some serving plates, these work well for scones and things like that as well. I mentioned earlier that I went with English Chintz for the teapot and the creamer and the sugar. So this is the teapot, lid, and then close up of the pot. It fits really nicely with all the other patterns as well. And then you'll get that same kind of description at the bottom here. Love this one so much. And here is the creamer. And last but not least, we've got the sugar, which I actually use for my everyday sugar use, so I will not be flipping this over, but it's perfect just because it adds a nice touch to your table, and it's practical, and you can also bust it out for tea parties or just, for everyday life. And then the last piece I own from this set is the 3-tiered cake stand. And I am obsessed. This is actually the latest collection, the latest piece I've added to my collection. I love this because I like to put my sandwiches here, and then I'll put something sweet here, like scones will fit up here, and then little like cookies I'll put up here. It's just the perfect way to display different things. It comes together so beautifully. Each of these plates is so beautiful, and luckily for me, it actually did pick from my 3 favorites. These were my 3 favorite from those patterns. So it really does kind of pull everything together whenever I am having a gathering. And that is my full 100 years collection. I hope that was entertaining, maybe a little bit helpful. And if you have any questions about this set, feel free to drop them in the comments. And hopefully I'll be making more videos about the different Royal Albert collections that I have. Thank you so much for tuning in.